She told me they weren't their cats because they're not supposed to have any kind of animals on the property.
And that time, the cat was angry.
He put a rope over the neck of the cat.
The cat was a stray cat from the street.
I said, why he do that? He doesn't. I told him, don't do that.
That's completely unreasonable.
If you want to fight, I can get you boxing gloves, but we're not here for that. My first case ever with worms.
Come here, Sophie. Get him, Rusty.
Can I say something?
No. If she hadn't had an oral agreement, how do you do? You're claiming that they killed your cat?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Where did this happen, sir?
That happened on July 7 at 1 o'clock.
July 7 of this year?
Yes, sir.
1 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Did you see it happen?
No, I don't see it happen, but my daughter and my other son saw what happened. I confronted the manager and asked him why he came back, and he told me that he do so because the owner of the building told so to do so.
Taught him to do so?
Yeah, that's he told me.
Were you told to kill a cat?
No.
Did you ever tell him that?
I told him that I carried the cat to 16th Avenue.
To 16th Avenue?
And
Where's that?
Downtown.
Why did you carry the cat there?
Because the owner here want no pets in the building.
You mean you carried a dead cat there?
No. It's still alive.
The cat was
I have
never
the picture
killed.
here.
The cat's still alive?
Yes.
Well,
Something is wrong here.
It's wrong.
How old was your cat?
He was about more than 3 years old. I had the cat for more than 3 years. It was a female old cat.
the cat was a stray cat from the street.
Stray cat?
It was a stray cat. It's in apartment buildings, and we have a lot of problems with cats because of the dumpsters. And it was a stray cat. We were having problems under their apartment. We have pictures here. One of the screens from the events, if you would like to take a
Did
picture.
you see this incident?
No, I didn't. But the screens were broken under the vents under the apartment, and cats were going inside of there, and they were living in there. And Ramon wasn't even living. It was his wife, Rosa Galas, who is actually the one who's on the contract for the apartment. He wasn't on the contract for the apartment.
You have a written contract?
We did, but we just took over these properties in January. And in the process, the ex-property managers had lost the contract. But
Did you have a written contract for the apartment?
They never give us one. They never give us one.
How old is your daughter?
She's 8 years old.
What's your name, young lady?
Alba.
Alba? Alba, did you own a cat?
Yeah.
You and your daddy and mommy?
But also, there's no pets allowed in the apartment. That's safe.
Well, we'll get to that. How long did you have the cat?
No acuerdo.
She don't remember, but
Did you see what happened with the cat?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
dile lo que pasó.
Alba, you have to tell me, because that's the only way I'm going to find out if you're the only one that saw it.
Dile lo que pasó.
He pledged
Sir,
the
you're speaking Spanish, I gather.
I'm translating for her.
I appreciate that, but I don't know what you're saying because I don't.
Oh.
I wanted to take Spanish. My father wouldn't let me. He wanted me to take Latin because he wanted me to be a lawyer.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So here I am stuck. I can't understand you.
Yeah.
So please,
sorry,
if
we
you
don't have any
if you
translator.
do talk to her in Spanish, tell me what you're saying.
Okay. Can I translate for her?
You could translate for her if you promise to say every word she says.
Okay, I
Not your own
promise you.
interpretation
Honest
of
to
what she
God.
said. All right.
He pledged the kitty cat. Then the mom, my brother said that he with a rope he ties his neck.
I didn't understand.
Okay. She said that he put a rope.
Who's he?
He put a rope over the neck of the cat to the female cat, and he strangled with the rope the female cat.
Did you strangle a cat, sir?
No, sir. I have the picture here
Of what?
that I did with the cat. This is the first one.
Do you live in this apartment building?
Yes, I am the manager.
Well, you're the manager.
He's
Yes.
an on-site apartment
What?
manager. He lives in the apartment buildings.
The same building.
I don't know what these pictures are
What
supposed
happened was in those pictures, if I can explain.
What are they? This is a toy cat, isn't it?
Well, it's not the picture of the real cat.
It's only an example.
Example, what had happened
It's an
was
example of what?
Yes, but
of what had
of the-
happened to the cat.
Yes.
He was found living in the water heater after we closed off the vents for them to live under the apartment. And when we actually found out he was living in that water heater, because another tenant had told him that the cats would try to scratch her children as they walked by. So he called the animal shelter, and the animal shelter said that they could not pick up cats, they can only pick up stray dogs. So he went in and he took the cats and he took them to another street, and that's how he did it. That's where the cat was found. He
You put a rope around the cat's neck?
Yes. And
Did you think that might strangle the cat?
no, I tried to put it into the.
Well, what you tried to do, but you're giving me an example, and you've got a rope around this toy cat's neck.
Yeah, because in that time the cat was angry. with
Neither-
I
everybody.
know,
Man,
but
no,
it's a good way to kill a cat, isn't
Because
it?
it has a kitten, only one.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
May I speak? What is it? The cat was they're wild cats. They're running around the apartments.
You live there?
I'm the owner of the apartments.
Oh, you're the owner.
Yeah, and these cats are real wild, and we had problems with the cats before. And I went and talked to Rosa, which is his wife, and told him if those cats were his because they were living under the apartments. She told me they weren't their cats because they're not supposed to have any kind of animals on the property. And we have one of our pictures of the signs that says no animal on the property.
Did you know
And-
you're not supposed to have cats on the property?
When that happened, I told him about it. He told me, he told him, you can fence around the building, but those cats alone. Because if you kill those cats, they're going to get me in trouble.
Yes,
When that happened,
I did
I
tell
called
him
him.
that.
Wait. I can only hear one at a time.
When that happened, I called him. I told him what he had done to my cat. I said, why he do that? He doesn't. I told him, don't do that. And then he told me, why he do that? And then when I confronted him, he told me I killed it. And then he was teasing my daughter, telling him what he had done to the cat.
Okay.
Huh?
She saw everything.
When we had the problem
When
with
I went
What?
to get Eliseo,
She
when I
saw
went to
everything?
get Eliseo, wait
Well,
a minute.
wait, sir, please.
Telling the truth. What I did.
What
with
did you
that.
see? Tell me, Alba.
He was he opened with the cat word.
Okay, they was in the.
No,
this
what did she
steam
just
room.
say? He
She
opened.
said that he opened the steam room.
Yeah.
They have a steam room, like a boiler room.
The
And
water
the
heater.
cat was there with the kitten, with a small baby. And he opened the door, and that he had done to the cat. He put a rope and he killed the cat over there.
Oh.
And then he took, where he put that toy cat, he emptied that and he dumped it over there and he disappeared. When I came back, he was gone.
Where was? Did you ever see the cat again?
No, I have seen the cat. And also the people from the animal shelter, one officer told me that he wasn't agree with him, that he was going to see the cat and take it over there. He never take the
I
cat
put it
over
in
there.
some place in the 16th
Huh?
Avenue.
How many cats
told
did
me.
you take over there?
Excuse me?
How many cats did you take over there?
The mama and a little kitten. Only one.
No,
and-
puppy.
Was it the mama that you had the rope around the neck?
Yes. Not the kitten. I took the kitten with my hands and put it into the trash can.
Your Honor, those cats were wild. That's why
There
you had
was
to
no
use a
wild
rope
cat
to
over
pick
there.
them up. They're all wild.
There's-
That's why the animal shelter will not take them.
Let's get to the damages.
Oh, puppy, puppy.
The
You know what?
damage.
Damages. You're suing for $5,000.
My daughter had to see a doctor. I had to take the daughter.
Your daughter is not a party to this action.
Well, I lose my cat because that was mine. I taken care
How
of
much
them.
was the cat worth? You're going to sell it.
If I don't have pride for them because it was mine. I have a high blood pressure and diabetic.
It wasn't his cat. It was wild.
You know, it was my cat.
Sir, I've heard you say that 3 times.
And you know.
No,
when-
I want to know, sir.
To me, there
sir,
will be
Sir,
worse.
sir, I appreciate that you love the cat.
Okay.
To you, it's worth a lot of money. But from my standpoint, I have to only allow you what is the reasonable market value of the cat.
Well, they were like
If you've proven that he killed it.
about $2,000.
Where do you get that figure?
Well, yeah, you say you prove it, you know. like that. You know, I can put $1 million. To me, they were a lot because I love them.
What if you had to go buy the cat, sir? How much would you have to pay for it?
I'd be paying about more than $500 because it was
$500 for the cat?
Angora cat. It was Angora cat. It was a beautiful cat. It was gray and white cat.
You have a picture of it?
No, I don't have a picture. I never took a picture because, you know, I didn't care about it. I love my animals.
You're talking about pain and suffering, emotional
Yes.
distress, I suppose. Whose pain and suffering are you talking about?
I'm paying for my pain and suffering because I love that cat.
How long have you had pain?
For more than 2 years, since he killed my cat.
You're suing for rent?
For non-payment of rent.
When did he not pay rent?
For July and 17 days in August.
Puppy.
July, 17 days?
Well, no, July, for the whole month of July and the 1st through the 17th in August. And he's
Is he
correct.
still living there?
No.
When did you move out?
We moved out by the 10th of August.
Did you pay the July rent?
Wait a minute. We went to pay the rent.
Don't ever tell a judge to wait a minute,
Oh, I'm
sir.
sorry.
I'm the only one that can say that.
Okay.
Okay?
My wife went to pay the rent to him, and he refused the rent.
No, she
He
never
said,
tried to
he
pay
said he
Sir,
was going, huh?
And please answer my question. Did you pay the rent for July?
No, sir.
Did you pay the rent till the 10th of August?
No, sir.
How much is the rent?
$450 a month, but since he wasn't on the contract, even though I don't have a copy of it, we were charging $50 more for him to move back in.
The owner wants to talk.
The reason we raised it $50 is because he moved back into the house. That's why it went up $50 more. And because we charged him $50 more.
I mean, after you gave him the notice to pay rent or quit, he moved?
Because you already had moved in, you know, without telling
Yes.
us. So we raised the rent $50 because he
Your Honor,
moved in. So they didn't want to pay the rent, and that's why they.
All along, all this time, I've been living with my wife.
No, sir.
All the time.
Okay, well, look,
He knows
we're
that.
not going to quibble over $50. Take a short recess. I'll come back, give you my decision.
When he squealed, it was as if she snapped or something and she grabbed him.
She just flipped out and started basically attacking Teddy.
And I was prying on her teeth, trying to pull her mouth open to get him to release.
Remain seated. This court is again in session.
Well, I find that this cat belonged to the plaintiff. After looking at that picture that you showed me, to me that is proof that you strangled this cat. You may not have intended to do that, but what you did by putting this rope around the cat, lifting it up and putting it into that trash barrel, that indicates to me that you killed that cat. I have a hard time with damages.
Oh, Your Honor. Also, I forgot to show you this letter from the doctor seeing my girl because she had
Your girl,
nightmare and everything, and my son.
You have a bill for that?
No, it's a doctor. You can show it.
Do you have a bill for it?
No, we don't pay. It's a
You don't pay?
it's a doctor that see her now, but because she tried to help, you know.
She's not a party to this lawsuit,
Well,
sir.
okay.
You sued for your own emotional distress, not for hers.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
If you paid a doctor bill because of it, that would be something else. But
Well, I got medical.
well,
Okay.
you didn't pay anything. I can't give you anything for it, sir.
Okay.
I'm going to allow you $200 for the value of the cat, $500 for your emotional distress. So judgment for the plaintiff for $700, the judgment for the defendant on the countersuit for $700 for non-payment of rent. So basically, it's a wash.
She's been sick since that happened. She saw when he killed the cat and everything. So I had to pull up now.
I
that
took the
taking
cat
her,
with
you
no
know,
violence.
She wake up in the,
She saw
in the
everything.
night.
Yeah?
She woke
You
in
saw
the middle of the
everything, huh?
night screaming and crying. I had to take it now to the doctor because the consequence he does.
I never did.
Huh?
You're
I
making
never
all
You
did
this
always
up.
lie, man.
No,
You always lie.
No?
Yeah, all three of us, the dog and me and her, were bitten.
I told her that I was going to give my dog away, and she said, "Can I have it?" And I said, "Sure."
Very well mannered, but she just snapped when Teddy started squealing.
The Animal Court is now in session. The Honorable Joseph A. Wapner, Judge presiding.
I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint, ma'am. You claim that your dog was bitten by the defendant's Great Dane.
Yes, but I need to make an amendment if I may.
What's the amendment?
I want to have my daughter added as a plaintiff, a joint plaintiff,
Why?
because she had to go have medical treatment also. So she will need to be on it to collect for her share of medical treatments.
Her was she bitten? By the dog at the same time?
Yeah, all three of us, the dog and me and her, were bitten.
Okay. Do you have any objection to that, sir?
No, I don't.
What's your name?
Bertini, B as in boy, Bertini.
And how much are you suing for?
Approximately,
Shouldn't be approximate. You have
I've got it here.
Well,
Okay, her hospital bill was $120.67. There was also an emergency physician bill for $85, but I couldn't get record of that this fast. And this is the vet. That's the vet.
have you seen all these, sir?
I've seen medical bills earlier today.
Okay. All right. Oh, where did this all take place?
At Mr. Heiss's home that he was renting out in his backyard.
He was renting it to you?
He was renting it to, I was told by the gal that was renting it previous to me joining them.
You didn't have anything to do with him, though. You were renting. Wait a minute. They were renting from him, and you were subletting from them. Is that correct?
That's the way it.
Did you have
ended up
Did you
handling.
have a written sublease?
No.
Okay. The Great Dane. Is that the dog that was involved in this?
That's the dog that was involved, but it wasn't my dog.
Where did you get the dog now?
I asked permission to bring the dog here today from the person who owns it now.
Who owns it now?
Nancy Phillips. It's registered with Animal Control with Nancy Phillips.
When did she get the dog?
She got it approximately in March.
In March.
And
when did this all take place?
This took place on the 11th of November. And
Of '97.
yes, Mr. Heiss came over about the second week I had been living there, about then.
When did you move in?
I moved in about the end of October.
Okay.
And he, at that time, was coming, I believe it was to check electrical.
Was the Great Dane there on the premises at
Yes.
that time?
Yes, and she's a very well-mannered, sweet dog, and we've had no problem with her initially.
Tell me what happened on the particular day.
Okay, when he came over, I don't know if he was aware of.
No. I'm talking about the day your dog was bitten.
Okay.
And you were bitten. You claim
Yeah.
you were bitten and also your daughter.
Yes. We were in the backyard. There was tree swings, and my grandkids were playing on the tree swings. Anna, the dog, and Teddy were out. And they had been playing previously, and Anna would even act careful when she'd get around Teddy because she was scaring him.
How often had they played together before this incident?
Oh, probably. They were with each other every day for some period of time.
What period of time?
Maybe 20 times.
And nothing ever happened. They're always
Nope.
friendly.
Always friendly.
Okay. And what happened on this particular day?
On this particular day, the kids were riding the swing, and Teddy was loose with Anna, and they were playing. But I think Anna was getting a little bit too frisky, and it scared Teddy, so he started squealing. When he squealed, it was as if she snapped or something, and she grabbed him and was shaking him, and by his abdominal, his groin area, and his neck. And I ran over there to try to get her to let loose, and I was prying on her teeth, trying to pull her mouth open to get him to release.
And that's
He
when you were
wouldn't.
bitten?
That's when my hands were all bitten, yes. My little finger, I thought I was going to lose the last joint because of the dog bites. But I was yelling at my daughter to come help me get him off Anna off Teddy, and she came over, and she was getting bit too because we were both trying to pry.
Sir, when this happened, were you the owner of Anna?
No, I wasn't.
Who was?
Raina. Raina was the person who leased my property. And when she moved, when she was getting ready to rent the property, I told her that I was going to give my dog away. And she said, "Can I have it?" And I said, "Sure, keep it with the house, might as well." We moved away and didn't want the dog with us.
Did either of you subpoena Rainey?
No.
Raina's not available. I tried to find her.
What do you mean she's not available?
I don't know where she is.
You don't know where she is?
Same
That's
here.
correct.
I've tried too.
Did you know Anna to have any dangerous propensity, sir?
She's never caused a problem. And
How long did you own her?
prior, probably 2 or 3 years. We've got her as a puppy. She's about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, let's hear from Tony.
Basically the same thing. I was just playing with the kids on the swing. She just flipped out and started basically attacking Teddy, and so my mom's yelling at me. I ran over there.
That was because Teddy was squealing.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, she just went for Teddy. I don't know the squealing part. I was playing with the kids.
Plaintiffs having brought this suit, they have the burden of proving by a preponderance of the evidence that the defendant, A, was the owner of the dog, Anna. 2, that the dog was in a place where he shouldn't have been, or that the dog was vicious, had vicious propensities. None of these things are proven. The defendant says that he was not the owner of the dog. He gave the dog to these 2 people who you leased from. The dog was gentle and kind and played with your dog at least 20 times. So the injuries to your dog, for which I'm very sorry, are not compensable. You haven't proven anything about that. Insofar as your injuries and your daughter's injuries are concerned, you did the normal, natural thing by trying to pull the dogs apart. And so you incurred some dog bites. It's not the kind of thing that's compensable because the dog was where he should have been and he was a gentle dog. You assumed the risk by trying to pull him apart. Judgment is for the defendant.
Thank you.
I was told initially that she told me it was her dog, but then after this happened, she told me no, it was his dog. He was just having her take care of it since she lived there.
Actually, I gave the dog away in July, and I'm really sorry that Vicki and her daughter were injured and that their dog was injured, but I gave the dog away. I had no control, no responsibility for it. And I do appreciate Vicki telling the truth, because everything she said is the truth, and there was confusion on who owned the dog as far as she was concerned, but the person that I rented it to knew that she owned the dog, of course, until she had a liability, and then she didn't own the dog.